Hi guys, and welcome back to the Iron Personal Training YouTube channel. Today we're looking at another deadlift session. So this is week 3 of block 4 and we're doing 200 kilos and we're aiming for 5 sets of 5, so we're going to see how we get on. So like I spoke about in my last video, there are things that I'm still trying to change with my sumo deadlift, and there are still definitely form tweaks that I need to be making to improve my lift. These did feel a bit better than the week before. I'm really trying to focus on getting my hips through a little bit more, but it's my setup where I need to get my hips through a bit more to set up and have more of a higher torso angle, I believe, because I think I'm still trying to pull too much like I am pulling a conventional deadlift. So if you see, like, the lockout is very conventional-esque, and I'm quite having to pull back, and that, so that look out there, if you look at that, that looks like it would for a conventional deadlift. So if I can keep my torso higher and kind of more have a straight pull, have a bit more of like a squat to the bar kind of approach. So just put some chalk on here as well, because the bar was gripping into my shorts quite aggressively and making the lockout even harder than I was making it for myself. As you can see, it actually did make these first few reps feel easier. So this is set number 3. As again, you can see I'm really having to pull my hips through on that lockout position, where really I should just be able to like stand up straight, and it should be more of a just standing up with the bar basically. So what I'm going to try and do is push my hips into the bar more before I go down to the bar, so take a bit more time with my setup. Longer arms, as you can see, look like it shouldn't be that hard to lock out a sumo deadlift. So yeah, definitely some work I need to do there. I'm going to work on really trying to pull my chest higher, have more of like a stood up position. I think my foot positioning is quite good, but apart from that we need some more work. As you can see, this is the last set. I'm really struggling there. We only got 4 sets on the set before, so we're just seeing how many we can get on this last set. And well, with this as well, we went back to Texas bar and was definitely hitting my hands again, so I think I'm maybe going to use straps for second sets, although we are really going to drop to probably triples next deadlift session that we do. Yeah, and as you can see, that's just dreadful, so I decided to call it there. I could maybe have pulled a 4th, but the form would have been awful, so I decided against it. Best just to leave it there. We're now doing our high bar box squats to a box with foam on, again for some of that hip flex development, just helping us come off that box, generate that power in the bottom part of the squat movement. As you can see, moving quite nicely. It always feels so weird going back to high bar and coming off the box as well, especially with the foam. You've got to be really patient in that bottom position. As you can see, we're slow, and then we really drive through in that top part of the movement. So I really enjoyed doing these. High bar is definitely something I'm going to keep obviously like rotated in. I think obviously if you can get a good high bar, you're going to have a good low bar as well, so using it as a variation is going to be helpful for my overall squat performance. Then come on to what has actually become one of my favourite exercises, doing these at 90 kilos. We're doing some split squats with the bar. They've been so nice doing off this sissy squat stand. Yeah, just really nice, just getting my hands, like I say, nice and set, using them just as a guide to keep myself from falling over, getting good depth on these as well. Really felt like I've built much thicker legs during this block, obviously from doing more high volume squats have helped with that, but also doing things like this as well, where you're doing single joint movements and really isolating the muscle. Yeah, so 10 sets, 10 reps on each leg, 3 sets, and like I say, really enjoyed doing these. If you have got a safety bar, I do think this is the best way of doing split squats. It allows you to do much more weight, it feels much more comfortable, and it allows you to really push your split squats movement as well. Belt and knee sleeves on here, don't know if I necessarily needed them, but it just makes it feel more secure and allows me to move the weight. And at the end of the day, really what we're trying to focus on here is just moving the weight from A to B with these accessory movements. And yeah, like I say, really happy with that. We then came to some cable pull-throughs. Cable pull-throughs are a weird exercise for me. I don't know if there's something I do differently with them, but some sessions I do them and they feel absolutely fantastic, and I get a really nice glute pump, and other sessions I do them and I don't really feel quite a lot. This was quite a good one actually. I felt a good glute pump off these ones. But definitely think I'm going to put like hip thrust back into the next session, especially now we've moved the stand. We now came on to some Nordics, which I'm actually going to carry over into my next block as well, because I missed some of the Nordics out in this block. Just getting myself set. One of the hardest things with the Nordics sometimes is just getting yourself nice and set. We're then coming down, and then just using the band to help us get back up. You can see moving really nicely. Like, nothing gives me hamstring DOMs like doing these. So yeah, if you can do Nordics, I do really recommend doing them. You'll get really strong hamstrings. But apart from that, guys, thank you for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and if you do want to get in touch, use the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll be looking at a bench press session.